Okay, good evening, everybody. Actually, it is the 24th and not the 23rd. I'm looking at my slide presentation here. Good evening to you if you are here with me this evening. I should be able to see your comments if you make them. Let's see, we're just going to open up Restream chat here. I should have done that ahead of time, so my apologies about that. And we're going to talk a little bit about just about using, again, alternatives to creating content. And I know that, sometimes just the idea of creating content for the sake of creating content, um, it unnerves people. And I probably feel the same way too. And so, if I just undertook, content creation for the sake of it because we're going to create some content, then there's something about that. It sort of takes away from the process. So I can't get the Restream chat open. Sorry about that. 1 minute. I should have had this open already. So, uh, all right, I'm open. So if you comment now, I can see you. So let's go through this a little bit here. Um, uh, if you don't have our PLR, you can pick that up at plrshow.com/VSU LMDT. That's actually our virtual summit PLR that's there, not Workshop Revolution. Um, so let's talk about if you just want to do what I call a summit, and you really want to do this not necessarily for to do a big summit where you're trying to get a lot of publicity. This is one of the things that you can do if you want to create content, right? So how would you go about this? Well, everybody really should be profiting from summits. You don't have to do them like everybody else does them. And so if you see one and you're thinking, well, man, I don't think I want to do it that way, or I don't want to do all that, you can certainly still do one. And what I would encourage you to do is go outside of the business and the marketing circles, right? So you don't want to have something where you're doing one and you've got all the same people, or even all the same people that your customer sees all the time. You don't have to do that. And even if that person is going to bring a lot of their following, you don't have to have those people, because sometimes what you really want is you really want people who are going to be outside of your circle. And if you do these on a regular basis, and you do them kind of the way we're talking about here, you can do more than one every so often. So I would say one of the things you want to do is look outside of your circle. Typically, you can get somebody in government to talk about something, and that might be a popular or unpopular thing, but government officials know things about certain things with respect to just about any industry, not just business. So, in particular, I mean, if your customers are business owners, having government to speak about certain things is going to be a good thing, and they're always willing to get in front of your people and talk about new policies, new laws, and so on and so forth. And they will attract people that you would not otherwise get. Get people in academia. They are very good at being able to create content for you, right? They'll typically bring an entirely different spin to what it is that you're presenting. So again, go outside of your professional network, get some people in academia, just make some telephone calls to the closest university. Typically, they're always going to be willing to speak, especially if you're in their area of expertise. Get Kindle authors, because they're looking for promotion. They're looking for publicity to get publicity to their book. Get Udemy course creators, all those kinds of people. Typically they're looking to get people who are going to be close to, and get those people who are going to get, the subject of what they're teaching in their Kindle course. Get some local business owners involved in your summit, right? And even if your summit is going to be international in focus, yeah, getting to know local business owners and getting them involved, typically you're going to be bringing somebody to the forefront that everybody has not heard, but that can really bring the content. So again, I mean, if your purpose on this is doing this is to create great content, you can always find local business owners, and typically they're even going to be more grateful than someone you might get on the national stage or international stage. Monetize creatively. If you're going to do a no frill summit, you can always get sponsorship. Once you have the audience and once you have some people that you know are going to be coming, or even, one of the ways to use advanced ticket sales, right, is to say, hey, you know what, we've already sold X number of tickets. We know these people are going to be listening, and you're going to have your message in front of these people, right? It's an easy sell when you've got sponsors to get sponsorship, when you already know you got ticket sales. Affiliate promotions, right? And this is something that you probably already know, but I want to make a mention of it anyway. And typically, if you can't necessarily find an affiliate offer, go someplace easy and create the offer for them. Right now, if you have some kind of account where it's going to be easy for them to see their affiliate stats, see their partner stats, then you are going to be able then to create some kind of affiliate promotion for them. Um, but naturally, the other thing that I really wanted to kind of talk about here is you can turn that summit into content. And, you're definitely going to want to make sure you're recording those sessions ahead of time. So you don't want to do a live summit if you're going to do it this way. It gives you time to edit. And there's another reason why I'm going to tell you to do this. Because what you're going to do after summit is you're going to break them into pieces or break off a piece of each section, right? Each session, you're going to break off a little piece of it. And let's say that you have a huge summit, you have 30 people, right? But let's say you have a smaller one, you have 7 to 10. You're going to take a break off a piece of each session, and you can break off that piece and use it for your podcast. Typically, you can use that content for your video channel. Again, I mean, if you're not a content creator, this is an excellent way for you to network as well as to create content. And then you can also do other things like use it for your social content. You can use it for your opt-in bribe. You can use it for your courses. You can use it for your Kindle content. Again, I mean, you can go and have that content transcribed and use it for your own Kindle book. And once you do these this way, kind of no frills, you can do as many as you want. You don't have to wait every 6 months in order to do one, right? When they're smaller in nature and you're focusing on the subject matter and not so much on having celebrities, you're really focusing on the information. If you do what I call it in a serial manner, you can do as many of these as you like. Um, Consider doing a half-day summit, right? You don't have to have, 4 or 5 days. You can do one a half a day, right? What's that? 5 speakers, right? And basically, I'll tell you, it's probably going to take you the same amount of energy to promote it as you would if you had 30 speakers, right? And if you focus your attention on the subject matter and not upon the stars, that's always the advice that I give people, is that you make a decision about whether or not you want to focus on the people. And there are advantages and disadvantages to that, right? Because if people are following that person and they're coming because of that person, I don't know if every time that authority is going to rub off on you, even if they make a purchase of, your paid content. What you really want to do is you want to get people, you want to bring people to your summit that when they hear and they see you, they're going to be tied to you. And so, if you got to do a half day summit in order to do that, just do them. The key is getting started in them. Um, and I would just really encourage you, one untapped niche, that if you're thinking about, wow, I really do want to do a summit, there's an untapped niche. More than likely, if you choose to focus on your local area and you sort of have a theme about opening up, then you're probably going to be able to see people come to you that you're going to be able to find people in your market or niche, whatever it is, right? If you have a theme that's centered around opening back up, and you focus in your local area. Okay. So any questions? Any questions? Okay, so if this has been helpful for you in any way, please give us a shout out at theplrshow.com/shout. Right, just give us a shout out. We appreciate that. Also, you can see the replay page at theplrshow.com/PLR training live, right? That's where the replay page is. And then if you haven't picked up YouTube Evolution, once again, I say this openly, that you are going to have to get a separate blog, and I believe a separate YouTube channel if you're going to do that with a different email address. So I would, you're not going to use this. It's a great plugin, but you're not going to be using it on your main site. I want to make sure you know that before you go and get it. this says Workshop Revolution, but this is really our virtual summit PLR, where we teach the real principles of doing a no-frills summit. You can get that at theplrshow.com/VSULMTD. Again, VSULMTD. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with me here. I appreciate y'all being here. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.